Every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in an emergency room for a fall-related injury. Every 19 minutes, someone dies from one. But here's what most people don't realize. Falls don't just happen. They're predictable. Physical therapists and geriatric specialists use specific tests to identify people at high risk of falling, sometimes years before it happens. They're simple movements that reveal exactly where your balance system is breaking down. And the best part? You'll know exactly where your balance system is strong and where it needs work. You'll have a clear action plan to reduce your fall risks starting today. This is about assessment before correction, knowledge before fear. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 clinical balance tests that you can do right now in your own home. Each test targets a different part of your balance system: your vision, your inner ear, your proprioception, and your strength. And for each test, I'll show you the exact corrective exercise to rebuild what's been lost. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It truly keeps us going and helps us create more videos like this one for you. Your support makes all the difference. A quick reminder, do these tests near a wall or sturdy chair for safety. If you have severe balance issues or recent falls, consult your doctor or physical therapist before attempting these assessments. Your safety always comes first. Now let's talk about why balance testing matters so much after 60. Most people think balance is just one thing, but it's actually 3 separate systems working together. First, your visual system. Your eyes tell your brain where you are in space. Second, your vestibular system. Your inner ears sense motion and orientation. Third, your proprioceptive system. Your muscles, joints, and skin sensors tell your brain where your body parts are positioned. When all 3 systems work well, you have rock-solid balance. But as you age, each system can decline independently. And when one system fails, the others try to compensate. Your eyes work overtime. Your ankles grip harder, but eventually, they can't keep up. And that's when falls happen. This is why generic balance exercises often fail. They don't identify which system is weak, but these 4 tests will. Each test isolates a different component of your balance system, revealing exactly where the breakdown is occurring. And once you know, you can target that specific weakness with precision. So let's begin with test number 4 and work our way up to the most challenging assessment. Test number 4 is the Romberg Test. This one may look like a joke, but it is one of the oldest balance assessments in medicine. It is also one of the most reliable. It tests whether you're using your vision to compensate for weak vestibular function. Here's how to do it. Stand near a wall or countertop for safety, but don't touch it. Place your feet together so they're touching side by side. Let your arms hang naturally at your sides. Stand as still as possible and stare at a fixed point on the wall in front of you. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Now here's the critical part. Close your eyes and try to hold the same position for another 30 seconds. What happened? If you were stable with your eyes open, but immediately wobbled or swayed with your eyes closed, your visual system has been compensating for weak proprioception or inner ear function. This is extremely common after 60. Your body has been using your eyes to stay balanced, which works fine until you're in the dark, on uneven ground, or distracted. The corrective exercise for this weakness is single leg stance training with progressions. Start by standing on one leg with your eyes open, holding onto a countertop lightly with one finger. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch legs. Do this twice a day. Once you can do this easily, let go of the counter. Over time, work up to 30 seconds per leg with eyes closed. You're retraining your proprioceptive and vestibular systems to work without relying on vision. This is the foundation of true balance. Test number 3 is the timed up and go test, also called the tug test. This one tests your functional mobility, how well you move in real-world situations. Here's how to do it. Sit all the way back in a sturdy chair with armrests if possible. Place a marker, like a water bottle or tape, exactly 10 feet in front of the chair. When you're ready, start a timer or have someone time you. Stand up from the chair without using your hands if possible. Walk at your normal pace to the 10-foot marker. Turn around. Walk back to the chair. Sit down fully. Stop the timer. What was your time? If it took you less than 10 seconds, your mobility is excellent. If it took 10 to 12 seconds, You're in the normal range but should work on maintaining strength. If it took longer than 12 seconds, you're at increased risk of falls and need to focus on leg strength and movement confidence. The corrective exercise for this is sit to stand repetitions combined with walking practice. 3 times a week, do 10 to 15 repetitions of standing up and sitting down from a chair without using your hands. Focus on controlled movement, not speed. Then practice walking 20 to 30 feet, turning around smoothly, and walking back. Add gentle direction changes, weaving slightly left and right as you walk. This trains your body to handle the transitions and turns that cause most real-world falls. Test number 2 is the Tandem Stance, also called heel-to-toe standing. This test challenges your balance with a narrow base of support, which is what happens when you step over something or navigate tight spaces. Here's how to do it. Stand near a wall for safety. Place one foot directly in front of the other so your front heel touches your back toes. Your feet should form a straight line. Stand as tall as you can with your arms at your sides or out slightly for balance. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Then switch feet and try again. What happened? If you couldn't hold the position for at least 10 seconds, your balance is overly dependent on having a wide stance. Your ankle stabilizers are weak and your vestibular system isn't compensating properly. The corrective exercise is tandem walking, also called heel-to-toe walking. Find a clear hallway or open space. Walk forward, placing your heel directly against the toes of your opposite foot with each step, like you're walking on a tightrope. Keep your gaze forward, not down at your feet. Start with 10 to 20 steps. Do this twice a day. As you improve, try it with your arms crossed over your chest to remove the stabilizing effect of arm movements. You can also try walking backward in tandem stance once you've mastered forward. This exercise rebuilds the narrow base balance that most people lose after 60 but desperately need for safe, confident movement. Test number 1 is the single leg stance test with eyes closed. This is the gold standard for balance assessment. It integrates all 3 balance systems and proprioception under maximum challenge. Research shows that inability to hold this position for at least 5 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of fall risk in older adults. You probably know how to do it, but in case if you don't, here's how to do it. Stand near a wall or countertop. Lift one foot off the ground by bending your knee. Don't let it touch your standing leg. Close your eyes. Try to hold this position for up to 30 seconds. Have someone time you or count slowly in your head. What happened? If you couldn't even lift your foot before losing balance, your overall balance system is severely compromised. If you lifted your foot but had to put it down within 1 to 3 seconds, you're at high fall risk. If you held for 5 to 10 seconds, you're in the moderate risk range. If you held for 20 to 30 seconds, your balance is excellent for your age. The corrective exercise is progressive single leg training. Start with eyes open. Stand on one leg near a counter, holding on with one finger if needed. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Do this twice a day, every day. Once you can hold easily for 30 seconds with eyes open, let go of the counter, then add small challenges. Turn your head slowly side to side while standing on one leg. Reach your arms forward or out to the sides. Close your eyes for just 3 to 5 seconds at first. Over weeks and months, gradually increase the time you can hold with eyes closed. This is slow progress, but it's real progress. You're rebuilding the integration of all 3 balance systems. Now that you've tested yourself, here's how to use this information. Write down your scores for each test. Which tests did you pass easily? Which ones revealed weakness? Focus your training on the tests you struggled with most. Retest yourself once a month. You should see measurable improvement within 4 to 6 weeks if you're consistent with the corrective exercises. If you're not improving, or if your balance is getting worse, that's a sign to see a physical therapist or doctor for a full assessment. You don't need to do all 4 corrective exercises every day. Pick 1 or 2 that target your biggest weaknesses and do them daily for 5 minutes, or rotate through all 4 on a 4-day cycle. The key is consistency, not intensity. Balance improves with frequent, short practice sessions. Just like learning a language or a musical instrument, your nervous system needs repetition to adapt. And unlike strength, which requires heavy loads, balance training requires only your body weight and focused attention. You've just completed 4 clinical balance tests that most people never take until after they've already fallen. You now know exactly where your balance system is strong and where it's weak. And more importantly, You have targeted exercises to fix those weaknesses. This is about power. The power to assess yourself objectively, to train with purpose, and to reduce your fall risk through action, not luck. So here's my challenge to you. Do these 4 tests today. Write down your scores, pick the corrective exercise for your weakest area, and practice it for just 2 minutes right now. Then come back here and leave a comment with balance tested or share which test was hardest for you. Let's build a community of people who refuse to accept discomfortable aging, who test, train, and take control of their stability. Because you're not losing anything, you're learning how to rebuild it, one test, one exercise, one day at a time. Stay steady, stay aware, stay strong.